Last year, school was very different, but supplies were still needed, and you, our viewing audience, along with our partners, made sure kids had supplies. Well, this year is going to be even more important. To help us kick off this year's Stuff the Bus campaign is one of our partners, Valley of the Sun United Way. Dawn, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So that was a mouthful for me. I had to get it all out there, but I'm very excited too because we're seeing each other in person for the first time in almost, well, it's been a year.
Isn't that crazy?
It
Yeah,
is.
it sure is.
So wow, and that means you and I seeing each other, kids are getting back to school. It's very important. The supplies are very important. Let's talk about what you brought up a number to me, which just totally blew me away, who will be getting back to school.
Well, you know, we're really excited. Our schools are open back up. Our children and families will have choices to attend school in person. We know this is very, very critical. But unfortunately, what we do know in Arizona is about 38,000 children didn't show up last year. That means they didn't attend school all year. So we understand that there were lots of choices families had to make. A lot of those children were smaller children, kindergartners and so forth. But also there were a lot of older children that had to step back and take care of siblings because there were no child care situations, or there were families all having to work from home, and what did that look like and how did that work? So we're really working hard. We want to make sure all children are in school this year.
Yeah.
And have the necessary supplies.
They are. Let's backtrack to last year with the pandemic and working from home. With our back to school, you know, Stuff the Bus back to school drive, we were able to help those kids who were at home, and it was amazing what you guys did, reaching out to them, because it was very difficult.
Right. We knew our families needed 2 sets of supplies. We knew that they weren't going to be able to take supplies back and forth to school when and if they could go back. And so that was really, really critical. So we had to support our teachers to making sure they had the right supplies in the classroom, and we also had to supply those students at home to making sure they had the necessary tools to still be able to learn.
Yeah, and as our partners and viewers came through last year, it was amazing. But now I said this year is more important because as the kids get back to school, I love what you said before we started, and that the kids shouldn't have to worry about getting their school supplies because they're going to have to get used to getting back in that classroom.
Right, and the landscape is still forever changing. So there's going to be different protocols on their campuses, different rules that they have to follow, and all of those things. Lessening up the worry of school supplies would just be one benefit to starting out our school year for success.
And let's take the burden off the teachers, because we know over the years the teachers have taken out of their own pockets to go get supplies, to get things for those students. They are just getting back to the classroom. They actually been struggling too with their own family, you know, with losing jobs, maybe when the spouses did, or even how the school district had to move things around. So they need to have that burden taken off too right now.
Most definitely. Most of our school teachers were actually teaching from home and had their own children learning in another room with another teacher. So imagine all of those difficulties that they survived through. And then there's still going to be a lot of mitigation strategies in place. So children won't be sharing like they used to. And this is a heavy burden that a lot of teachers go with out of their pocket to buy supplies to ensure that each child has what the necessary tools they have. Yeah. So this is critical.
It is. All right, so let's put on the happy face. You brought an example right here of what people can do for our kids there as we kick off Stuff the Bus here. Let's talk about some of the things that you see that they're definitely going to need.
Most definitely, and this is to me better than Christmas itself. It's about getting supplies in the hands. We see them coming up all around our community, and you're going to have the ability to participate with us remotely, right from your seat that you're in right now. But things like crayons, markers, dry erasers, index cards. This year we've added supplies for our older students because remember I shared that a lot of those students didn't go to school last year. So we want to make sure that they kick off that from day one, ready to go, ready to learn.
Yeah, and we have some great partners that have teamed up with us, and we've made it easy. You can go right online to do this, which is really great. And we also have some drop-off spots too. But let's talk about, you know, Valley of the Sun United Way and how important this is to you guys.
This is very critical to us because it meets and lines up with our mighty 2026 goals around education and meeting the basic needs of our families. These are really considered essential and basic needs of our families. It's stressful for families. They've just gotten back to work. They're trying to figure out the system. They're trying to figure out what's next. This is one more added to the plate. So if we can eliminate this and we enter in that first day ready to go, this will be critical, and we can all do it together. That's what makes it beautiful.
So, but this is very important. We got to do it today. You got to go online. It's aztv.com/stuffthebus. Also, you can go to the United Way's website.
That's true. That's vsuw.org. And you can connect over to Runga, where you're going to be able to buy your school supplies right from the convenience of your cell phone while you're sitting at your computer. How more simple is that?
Yeah, and the reason why it's so important, because what happens in 4 weeks? I didn't realize. I mean, I don't have kids, and I forget that. But in 4 weeks, what happens?
In 4 weeks, some of our schools actually start back. It is hard to believe. You just did the weather. It's 115 out there, 105 out there. We're going to go back to school in 4 weeks in our state.
Wow.
So we got to be ready. So now's the time. We got to start today.
Yep. So get online. There you go. Easy from home. All the information, again, like I said, is on aztv.com/stuffthebus. And there goes our chance to, again, help out, and we appreciate you. Valley of the Sun United Way helping out, Dawn.
So thank you
We like being
so
partners
much.
with you. Appreciate it. And all our wonderful partners that we have. We'll be having them throughout the, of course, our campaign right here on AZTV 7's Daily Mix. So thank you, Dawn.
Thank you.